So before anybody knew his face in America, before documentaries and true crime channels turned him into a freaking nightmare, Rodney Alcala was just another smiling man with a camera. That's what made him so dangerous. He didn't scare people immediately. He charmed them first. Investigators later described Rodney as highly intelligent, manipulative, and patient. Records say it was around 135, close to Ted Bundy's and close to Kemper's. But unlike Kemper, Alcala didn't intimidate people with his size or his intensity. He blended in, and that was the horror of it all. Photography became his favorite tool. He would approach women at beaches. He would approach them at parks. He would even approach them at college campuses. He'd offer modeling opportunities and, ask them to take portraits of them. And somehow, despite multiple arrests, he still kept slipping away after horrifying incidents. One case from 1968 still horrifies detectives and investigators to this day. An 8-year-old girl named Tally Shapiro was lured away by Alcala on her way to school. A witness later saw her being lured away to his apartment. Hours afterward, another person saw something awful inside that apartment. They saw a little girl lying unconscious in a pool of blood. Police forced their way inside, and they found Alcala standing nearby. Tally Shapiro had been brutally assaulted and was left barely alive. But she survived miraculously. But Alcala fled before facing full consequences, obviously. That's the part people struggle to understand. He escaped, changed names. He even moved states. Went on living like nothing had even happened. And investigators even think he continued unaliving afterward. And in 1978, he appeared on The Dating Game. And when you look back on it, the footage feels absolutely unreal now. You've got the bright studio lights, the cheesy music, you've got the audience laughing. Meanwhile, sitting behind one of those contestants was a man investigators believe already unalived multiple people. The host joked with him, the audience laughed at his answers, women watching at home thought he was quirky and cute. Normal, okay? Normal. Then, the contestant, Cheryl Bradshaw, picked him as the winner. And when they went backstage, things changed a little bit. She later described him as creepy and unsettling almost immediately in person. So she canceled the date, and that instinct might have saved her life. After his eventual arrest, investigators found thousands of footage in his possession of women, children, teenagers, and strangers. Some smiling naturally into the camera, and some looking visibly uncomfortable. Many of the people in the photos were never identified. Police released the images publicly for years, hoping families or survivors would recognize themselves. Some did. Some were never traced. And that lingering uncertainty became one of the most terrifying parts of the entire case. Because nobody truly knows how many victims Rodney Alcala had. Investigators assume between 80 and 120 victims. Somewhere in evidence boxes across California and New York are still photographs taken by him. Ordinary people frozen in time, completely unaware of who was standing behind the lens.